You don't lose to the world. You lose to the voice in your head that tells you you're not ready. Before you ever take the first step, it has already convinced you to hesitate. Before the blade is drawn, it whispers, "You'll fail." That voice isn't truth. It's habit. It's a silent tyrant that's ruled you for so long you think it's part of you. But the ancient warriors of Japan knew a secret. They didn't defeat doubt with confidence. They defeated it by removing the self that doubt attacks. There is a forbidden method rarely taught, almost lost used by samurai on the edge of collapse. A discipline not of technique, but of subtraction, where the ego dissolves and clarity moves in its place. This is how one warrior rose not by silencing the voice, but by realizing it was never his to obey. Let me show you what happens when self-doubt meets a warrior trained in the art of no self. There is a kind of suffering a sword cannot cut the doubt inside a warrior's own chest. It is not the battlefield that weakens you. It is not the blade in another's hand. It is the quiet voice that emerges between your own thoughts. It waits in the silence before you strike. It slips into your breath when you try to speak with certainty. And it says, "You're not ready. You're not worthy. You will fail." You are Kazuki, a trained samurai, a practiced mind, a student of the sword since childhood. And yet, this voice continues to unmake you. In duels, your grip trembles. In decisions, your timing breaks. In missions, your body obeys, but your spirit recoils. No one sees it clearly, but you feel it like an illness beneath the surface. And you hate yourself for it. After another failed sparring match, you find yourself kneeling beneath a dead cherry tree, staring at your hands as if they were not your own. The wind whispers through the bamboo. A presence approaches without sound. Your master, old, composed, eyes like a lake undisturbed by time, sits beside you. He says nothing for a long while. And then, with the weight of stillness, he asks only this. "Tell me, Kazuki, which enemy have you trained against more, others, or yourself?" And in that moment, the silence says more than the question. For the first time, you begin to suspect that your opponent is not the man with the sword. It is the voice that lives behind your own eyes. A test arrives. You are chosen to defend the village bridge from a traveling swordsman, a final trial to determine your worth for greater responsibilities. This is the moment every samurai prepares for. You train until your hands bleed. You rehearse the opening sequence 1,000 times. You sleep with your sword beside you. But the voice grows louder. What if I miss? What if I freeze again? What if they see through me? On the morning of the duel, your breath is already shallow. The swordsman arrives with quiet dignity. He does not posture. He does not mock. He simply bows. But even that simple act feels like a condemnation. The duel begins. Your sword rises. But your mind is already 10 steps ahead, imagining defeat. The clash happens twice. Then your hand opens. The blade falls. Your knees follow. The swordsman halts, bowing in mercy. The villagers look away, some with pity, some with shame. You feel hollow. Later you stand by the river, staring at your reflection in the blade. The master appears behind you. "Your blade did not fail you," he says. "Your doubt cut you down before your opponent could." You nod not in agreement, but in surrender. You have mastered every technique but the most important one, the one that silences the voice. Before the sun rises, your master takes you into the mountains. There, carved into the mountain stone, is an ancient training hall, silent, sacred, forgotten. On the wall, the art of no self. This, your master says, is not taught to all. It is taught to those who are no longer at war with the world, but at war with themselves. Self-doubt is born when the self grows too loud. Silence the self, and doubt has nothing to cling to. You begin. 1. The mirror. Exercise. You sit before a polished bronze mirror for hours. You do not blink. You do not look away. Every thought that arises unworthy, ashamed, inadequate, must be met with only one response. Not me. At first, your mind swallows you whole. The current of self-judgment is strong, but slowly, the surface calms. 2. The blade without identity. Your strikes must be done without self-referencing. Not I strike, only strike. Not I must be perfect, only move. You realize self-doubt is not a flaw in ability. It is excess identification. It is the ego forecasting doom to preserve its illusion. 3. The burden walk. You carry heavy buckets up a steep path. Every time you think, I can't, your master taps the bucket with his staff. That voice, he says, is the weight, not the water. You begin to understand. Doubt is not real. It is only a thought that has been believed too many times. And now you begin to taste silence. Your master sends you alone into the mountains during a storm. Atop a cliff stands a shrine. There are no instructions. The wind screams. The rain slashes. Thunder cracks the sky. Inside the shrine you sit, and the voices come. You're weak. You will die alone. You failed them all. You have no path. They come louder, faster, more vicious than ever before. Shame floods your memory. Fear clutches your lungs. Your body shakes. Your knees buckle. And then, a breath. Not strong, not confident, only real. And in that breath, a simple truth. These voices are not mine. They are echoes. You sit upright, drenched, bare, shaken, but unbroken. You do not answer the voices. You do not fight them. You let them pass. And in the stillness that follows, something deep inside you bows. Not to fear, not to self, but to the space beneath it all. When dawn breaks, you return. Your master bows. You heard the voices, and you did not kneel. From this day, the storm kneels to you. You return to training. But something is gone. The tremor, the hesitation, the commentary. Now, your blade moves not with aggression but with inevitability. Strike, return, breath, stillness. The others see it. He moves like someone who has nothing to prove. He moves without hesitation. You face the same opponent who once defeated you. He bows. You bow. The duel begins. And there is no voice, no prediction, no judgment. There is only movement. Your blade flows, finds its opening, ends it. Clean, silent, true. You did not win by force. You won by absence. The master nods. When the self dissolves, doubt has no master to serve. You have not become stronger. You have become empty, and therefore untouchable. You now speak directly. You say, there is a voice inside you. It questions, it delays, it drags, it whispers failure. But that voice is not truth. It is a habit. You do not need more confidence. You need less interference. So, observe the voice, but do not kneel to it. Act before the mind begins to speak. Remove what is unnecessary. Let the essential move through you. You are not broken. You are just too full of voices that were never yours. Walk the path without the burden of yourself, and watch the world open like dawn. Ask yourself, what is the single voice of doubt that holds you back the most? Who would you become if you stopped obeying it? And how different would your path look if you lived even one day with no inner hesitation? If this story resonated with you, like this video, subscribe, press the bell, and share it with someone walking their own warrior path. Our other stories should be appearing on your screen. Now watch them next, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time with a brand new video.